What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA football opening lines show. If you want to watch the entire show, hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan. Let's head over to the MAC. And I said on our show last Monday, that I thought that because I was reading everybody now following how Eastern Michigan is just covering. I was like, this story's going to come to an end. Now, all I did was take the over, which cashed, and I didn't follow through with Toledo, and it was one of those spots that really upset me. Central Michigan at Eastern Michigan. Central Michigan 2-1 in the MAC. Eastern Michigan 0-3 in the MAC. Ypsilanti, Michigan. 50 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 9 miles per hour. Central Michigan coming off their first loss of the season, 52-44 at home to their rival Western Michigan. And the score was not really a good indication of the game. Central Michigan was up 14-0. Nice lead. And Western Michigan came back and scored 38 unanswered points. It was a game I wasn't on. So I was just curious and watching without any action. No palm sweat, just trying to study. They held NIU to 10 points and 244 yards the previous week. And then Western Michigan put 628 yards on them, 52 points. The Chippewas were just 1 for 10 on third down. Eastern Michigan coming off 45-28 home loss to Toledo. They are being held to 107.3 yards per game on the ground, while their defense allows 235.7 yards. They've been outgained by an average of 133 yards per game. And I was saying that in those first two games that they covered, and Kent State was the first one, and for whatever reason, the second game I can't find in my head right now, but that they were getting beaten, outgained badly, and staying in the game. And I think this is an angry Chippewa squad that wants to take it out on Eastern Michigan. This spread opened up at 6. It's quickly gone to 6.5 and now 7. So I probably missed the boat there. This total sitting at 59.5. Let's start with CMac here in a MAC contest. Is there I know you watch that Central Michigan, Western Michigan game very closely. What's your feeling here?
Yeah, I would have gone with Central Michigan here, but I think you missed out on it. I would rather have it under the touchdown just to be safe. Eastern, I've been on Eastern the last few years. They've been covering like crazy. Like they did it last game, like you said, against Toledo. Kind of was a weird spot. You were right about it, Jimmy. I don't know if Central, the MAC is just wild. They were up 14-0, and then just freaking, I don't know. I look back and it's 28-14. What? So, and Western has a better offense than Eastern. The MAC after this week, I'm just pumping the brakes. And thank God they're on the weekend and not during the weekday. I'm passing here. I like it too. It's just wild. I mean, big leads, and, I laid it too much with Buffalo, and I thought Central was a little bit of the better team at home. It ended up being close, 52-45 or 44?
Yeah.
But I think they do, but now that it's 7, I would have liked it under a touchdown with Central.
We are in the MAC, and this is Friday action at 4 p.m. Eastern. John Ryan, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan.
Well, what I see here is the matchup will be the ground attack defense of Central Michigan against Eastern Michigan's inability to run the ball. I just ran my model here real quick, and the projection calls for Eastern Michigan will gain less than 2.5 rushing yards per attempt in this game, which everybody knows is pathetic. So if that happens, Central Michigan, when they've held opponents to 2.5 or less rushing yards per attempt, are 6-1 the last 3 years, 32-8-1 push the last 10 years. And I gravitate towards these trench games when I see one that can be won in the trenches. If I see it, then I immediately think that the coaches must be delivering that message to the players as well and working on schemes that's going to accomplish that. Because that seems to be the easiest way that Central Michigan would enact the revenge that Jimmy was talking about and really, kind of rub it in their face this year. So I probably will be going to the window on this one, maybe as early as today. I haven't bet early in weeks. I've waited till Friday and sometimes Saturday morning to make my moves just because of the COVID. You just don't know day to day what's going to happen. But I feel pretty comfortable getting after this one now, anticipating the line to go higher.
I agree. I agree. Let's see what Nolly knows has to say. Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, we talked about Central Michigan last week getting up to that early lead, but that was a high-powered Western Michigan offense that they faced, and that's something that kind of pushed the total up as well. But that's what allowed them to come back. And Central Michigan, to me, in my opinion, is just not that type of team. They're a little bit slower pace. They push a slower pace, about 71 plays per game. And I mean, John Ryan alluded to the trenches. It's not just Eastern Michigan's inability to run, but inability to stop the run as well. They're giving up 235 yards rushing, and I think that's the big focal point for me. I think Central Michigan tries to be very balanced. They're a very well coached team, and if they can sit here and exploit the run, I think they'll be able to control the clock and control the game. I don't know about. To me, in my opinion, I think the total is just set a little bit too high at a 60. I think that's a bit of an overreaction. You look at Eastern Michigan and who they face, Kent State, a very high potent offense, looks to push the pace. Same thing with Ball State and Toledo. All three really good offenses. And Central Michigan just doesn't push that type of pace. They're a little bit more balanced. So I expect the pace to be a little bit lower. I'm leaning towards the under. Probably going to be a play for me here.
Interesting, leaning towards the under. And this may be a spot to wait because I expect this total to go up. I mean, everybody's been watching these, incredibly high scores in the MAC. Interesting. Let's see how far it goes up. Holy, on there. Sorry, John. Would you only focus on a first half or full game spot? You wouldn't do a double up first half full game on Central Michigan?
I would consider that. That's a bet that I don't usually do because I feel personally that I'm adding more fuel to the fire that could go wrong. What I do like doing though is the live bets. So it's we're on Central Michigan and Eastern Michigan gets a pick six or something ridiculous and scores. You can take advantage of those lines. I did it with the Colts yesterday. I got plus 9.5 before they ended up winning in overtime. You just have to pick your spots with that. But then you have the flexibility of taking advantage of the game flow. It's like trading the market. It's second nature to me, I guess. But that's what I would recommend instead of doing the first half.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. There you go. Little Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern action.